I'm canceling our New Year's trip.
What? Why? I've already taken time off work. And I've booked the hotel. It's not enough notice to cancel.
My mom and my sister are saying they want to go on vacation together again, and they want me to go too.
What?
You'll have to stay home by yourself.
Again? That's 5 years in a row. You can't do this again, Jordan. You promised this year you'd definitely go on vacation with me. You said so a year ago when this same thing happened.
Yeah, I know, and I was meaning to go with you. But my sister said she really wants to go and see the fireworks together again this year. It's kind of our family tradition.
So you're just going to leave me behind and go off with your family for the holidays again?
Well, yeah. It's just a trip we always go on together, just our close family.
So how come Caroline's husband is considered a close family and I'm not? I don't see the huge difference.
Try not to worry about those tiny details. That's your problem. You're always anxious about the little things. We might not be related by blood, but we still have a bond. He's basically my brother.
What are you talking about? You never hang out. And what about me? You've been treating me like garbage recently.
How have I been treating you like garbage? It's just that my family don't really get along with strangers. We like to keep ourselves to ourselves. And you'll have to look after my niece like last year. I'm sure you don't mind.
I knew you were going to say that.
Do you have a problem or something?
It's just that I've never had kids or looked after them that much before. It's not something that just comes naturally to everyone. She's still so little. It makes me nervous looking after her by myself. What if something happens to her because I don't know what I'm doing? And I said last year I didn't want to do it and you promised it wouldn't happen again.
It's only been 4 times so far. It's not like we're making you look after her every weekend.
It just felt like such a long time to be alone with a kid I barely know.
I guess you're really not cut out for having kids, are you? It's probably a good thing that we don't have any ourselves. Oh, all right. I mean, it's probably a good thing you can't have kids.
Excuse me?
What? I'm just speaking the truth. Whose fault do you think it is that we can't have kids?
I know that you think it's my fault we can't have kids because I'm having trouble conceiving.
Then what is your problem with looking after my sisters?
Those are 2 completely different issues. I'm not your housekeeper. You can't just order me to look after your sister's child. I think you should treat me with more respect.
Have you forgotten that you owe me?
No, I haven't forgotten.
Your ex-husband was violent and abusive. He stole your savings and left you in a bunch of debt. You didn't have anyone else in the world and I looked after you.
I still really appreciate what you did for me 8 years ago. But when we found out I couldn't have children, you started acting just like my ex-husband. And you've been the same way ever since.
I haven't touched you. You can't compare me to him.
No, perhaps you haven't hurt me physically. But you still hurt me with your words.
I don't call you names and cuss you out like he used to.
Maybe not. But you say things that make me think I don't really mean much to you. And when your mother is rude to me, you never try to defend me. And when your sister treats me like an idiot, you just laugh along like it's some kind of hilarious joke.
I just go along with that stuff because the alternative is to offend everyone and make everyone uncomfortable. Is that what you want? You have got such victim mentality. I think perhaps you should try not to take things so personally from now on.
I thought maybe this year, if we went away together, we could try and repair our relationship. Obviously, I was wrong. You've got no intention of investing any time or effort into our marriage, have you?
Are you saying that we should get a divorce? Is that what you want?
That's not what I said. I just think we should try a little harder to be a proper husband and wife.
I think this whole conversation is a waste of my time. Do we have to talk about this now? You should be able to take care of my niece without causing a huge fuss like this. It's just something normal families do for each other.
I think you and I have a very different idea of what normal families are like to each other.
If you don't have any kids yourself, you should be prepared to look after other people's. You should want to share in the responsibility. If we're not on the same page about this, I think it's about time we think about getting a divorce. You're going against my wishes, and that's not the kind of woman I want to be married to.
Do we really have to go that far?
Well, it's not like you'll be able to survive if we get a divorce. For starters, you'd have to pay back the $10,000 I lent you to pay off your ex-husband's debt.
I could never afford to pay it all back in one go.
That's what I thought. You'd never be able to save all that money with your minimum wage, part-time, convenience store job. So what do you say? Are you gonna look after your sister-in-law's kid?
Fine, I'll do it. My name is Michelle. I'm a 38-year-old divorcee. I got married to my college boyfriend about 10 years ago. At first, we were happy and everything was fine. But gradually, he got into drinking and gambling, and eventually he started to run up a lot of debt. Then he began to take out his frustration on me. At first, he just shouted and called me names, but after a while, that didn't satisfy him and he started to hit me. After we had been married for about a year and a half, we split up. In fact, he ran off with all of my savings. So that was the end of my first marriage. And that was around the time I met the man who's my husband now, Jordan. When I first met Jordan, I thought he had been sent by the gods to rescue me from my hellish life. He was so kind to me, and his mom was so nice, and they all welcomed me into his family. I thought I was finally going to be able to live a happy and stress-free life. But then we discovered I couldn't have children. And suddenly it seemed like everyone turned their back on me. I guess I just have the worst luck with men. I think my mother-in-law was really looking forward to having more grandchildren, and she had her heart set on Jordan having a son to carry on the family name. And I guess Jordan really wanted to make that dream come true as well. When he realized I couldn't have kids, he just started treating me like a housekeeper. I became someone he expected to cook, clean, and do his laundry for him, and that was it. But I really can't deal with this treatment anymore. I've been paying Jordan back the money that he lent me each month, and I was hoping that way I could gradually repay my debt. But it looks like if I don't pay back all that money, this awful situation will just continue until I finally can. I'd been worrying about what to do for a while, when suddenly someone stepped up. And it was someone who I never expected to help me out.
Did my brother tell you what's going on? I hope you're looking forward to taking care of my daughter again this year. She's excited to stay with her Auntie Michelle.
Oh, hey, Caroline. Sorry, I can't.
What? Are you kidding? I thought you agreed. Jordan said you'd take care of it.
I may have said that reluctantly. He told me that if I didn't agree to it, he would divorce me.
Oh, right. That's what Mom said too. If that girl doesn't cooperate, then I'll make sure they get a divorce.
Look, why do you guys all seem to hate me so much?
You are aware that you're infertile, aren't you?
You can't use that against me like this. I didn't know that when I agreed to marry Jordan. It's not like I tricked him into marrying me.
I'm actually so thankful that you can't have kids.
What on earth do you mean?
You know, when we realized I was having a daughter, Mom was so grumpy. She didn't speak to me for weeks. You know how much she wants a grandson. But then when you came along, she perked up a bit. I guess she thought she was finally going to get one. And then when we found out you were infertile, she just started spending all her energy hating on you, and she never pays any attention to what I'm doing at all.
Is it really so important for her to have a grandson? What's the big deal? I thought grandparents were supposed to love their grandchildren unconditionally and think them the cutest things in the whole world.
Oh, it's really not that easy. You don't have kids, so you wouldn't understand. I realized when I had my daughter, actually. I probably didn't want to have kids in the first place.
What?
So my mom keeps asking why I'm not getting pregnant again and trying for a son, but I really don't want to.
You're the most irresponsible person I think I've ever known.
It's just that I've learned from the experience of having my first kid that I don't need anymore. That's all. You can't blame me for that. I'm not even sure if I want the first one, though, actually. Do you want her? You guys could adopt her. I'm pretty sure she likes you better than me.
How can you possibly say that? What if your daughter knew you thought like that?
But it's so much easier without kids. They take up so much time and effort. I haven't had a lion in almost 5 years. And I want to spend more time with my husband. By ourselves.
Does your husband feel like that too? I suppose he must.
All right, you've never really met him, have you?
I think we've met once, but it's not like we have much time to get to know each other.
Don't get me wrong. My husband really loves his daughter. It's kind of annoying, actually. It's like he's obsessed with her. That's kind of why I could do without her.
Are you jealous of your own daughter? You have to be kidding me.
He even says he wants to take our daughter on vacation with us. So I told him we can't, since Auntie Michelle is so desperate to see her and look after her.
That's a lie, though.
That's fine. He'll never know if you don't tell him. And it's so much more convenient to go on vacation without her. She would ruin all my New Year plans.
What about my New Year plans? I had a hotel booked and everything. Haven't you even thought about that? And if I can't go on vacation, I'd like to spend the holidays relaxing at home, not looking after someone else's kid.
Maybe you can spend your holidays relaxing at home after you've repaid all the money my brother lent you.
Excuse me?
Oh, I forgot. That's going to be impossible for you with your convenience store job.
If you know that, why are you messaging to torment me about it?
I was wondering why you don't get a better job. But then I remembered. You didn't graduate high school, did you? It's funny because you don't look like a typical dropout.
That's because I was forced to drop out of high school and get a job when my parents passed away.
With that kind of resume, I don't suppose anyone wants to hire you, do they?
Maybe not. But I can't go on like this.
Why not? It doesn't seem that bad. Just do a little child minding now and then, and you're good with me. And if you keep doing your part-time convenience store thing and being Jordan's housekeeper, I'm sure you'll pay it back eventually.
That's not how I want to live my life.
And you don't exactly have any connections either. I'm so thankful my husband is the president of his company. We have such a comfortable life.
Oh, he's the company president? I didn't realize that. That's nice for you.
Yeah, isn't it? I mean, in reality, we can afford to hire a babysitter when we go away. But it just doesn't make sense to spend the money when you're right there. But if we do that, my husband will definitely say he'd rather just take our daughter with us.
Why is it you don't want to take her with you?
You do know she's only 5 years old, right? She'll probably cry in the car and we'd have to keep stopping so that she can pee and have a snack and stuff. It's just easier to leave her at home. I do wish we'd never had her. Life was way simpler, and we had so much more freedom when she wasn't around.
Oh, I see. I think you might be one of the worst parents I've ever had the misfortune to meet. You're awful.
Hey! You can't talk to me like that. You've got no right. You don't even have the ability to have children. What do you know about it?
To be honest, I really can't understand how God could give you a child and not me, when I love and cherish one so much. Why do you get to be so lucky?
Perhaps he looked at you and decided you just didn't deserve to be a parent, and I do. That's such a hilarious thought.
I'm so done with this.
That's fine. Thanks for looking after my daughter anyway.
We're going on vacation tomorrow. Have you finished preparing for the kid to stay at ours?
I'm sorry, but I really don't want to. I'm going to have to refuse this time.
What?
I just can't get over the feeling that what you and your family are doing is wrong. I'm not going to put up with this anymore. That's what I've decided.
Oh, for God's sake, you really never learn, do you? Have you already forgotten that I said if you don't obey me, we're getting a divorce?
No, I didn't forget. I took the divorce papers in today, actually.
What? Is that your attempt at a joke? It's not very funny.
It's not the kind of thing I would joke about. I'm not such a terrible person. But you and I are definitely done.
Did you keep the divorce papers that we signed before? I thought that we threw those away after you begged me to reconsider.
I didn't beg you. I thought we should try. But I also thought I should keep hold of those papers in case it didn't work out. Which it clearly didn't.
So, are you not going to be able to pay back all the money that you owe me in one go?
Yeah, I think I could manage it.
Did you get a loan or something? The premiums will be too high. If you can't pay it back, you'll end up going bankrupt.
I didn't take out a loan, don't worry.
Oh, you're lying. There's no way you could pay back all that money with your wages. You must have got the money from somewhere else.
Yeah, that's true.
So, where's the money coming from? You got a loan, didn't you?
Actually, someone completely unexpected has offered to help me out.
Who is it?
Caroline's husband.
Anthony?
That's right. He said he wanted to know what was going on with us. And he apologized for letting Caroline force me to look after their daughter. Turns out he was getting suspicious of her and wondered if it was really true that I was desperate to look after her.
But you don't even have Anthony's number. How did you get in touch with him? I thought you'd only met him that once and didn't really even speak to him.
That's true. It was actually a complete coincidence that I ran into him again. He came into the convenience store where I was working.
Are you kidding me? A tiny little store like yours that the local residents hardly even use? There's no way that he went in there coincidentally. Besides, he usually only shops at Trader Joe's and buys organic and paleo and stuff like that.
He said his company is thinking about buying up some smaller convenience stores like ours to turn them into Whole Food stores. That's why he was there. He was checking out possible locations.
I still can't believe he was there just by coincidence. The chances are so small.
I guess it was probably a miracle then. He was like, "Do you really love my daughter that much?" And he looked kind of dubious about it, so I didn't want to lie to him. I got kind of mad, actually. I told him straight up, I never once said I want to look after your daughter.
You did?
But he wasn't angry. He just wanted to hear what had been going on with us. It seemed like he really wanted to think of a good solution to my problems.
What kind of solution? What did you do?
Well, for one thing, Anthony isn't going on vacation with the rest of you tomorrow. He's going to stay at home and spend time with his daughter.
Impossible. I haven't heard anything about that.
He said he'd wait till the last moment to tell you all. It's kind of like how you waited till the last moment to cancel our trip, isn't it?
I didn't leave it till the day before.
He also said he wasn't going to put any money towards the vacation this time.
What? He can't do that. That vacation is pretty expensive. I was counting on him to pay, because otherwise I'm not so sure I can afford it.
That's not even the real news. I'm just getting to the important bit, if you'll shut up and let me.
There's more?
He's getting a divorce. I don't think he'll mind me telling you since he's telling Caroline today.
Oh, you can't be serious over this stupid trip?
Well, it's more like Caroline has been lying to him for years about a lot of different stuff. And he's sick of the way she treats their daughter when she thinks he's not paying attention. But when I showed him some of her texts, I think that's when he knew he needed to get a divorce. All of the things she wrote about not wanting their daughter, it's pretty bad. I can see why he wouldn't want to stay with her.
What are you talking about? Caroline loves their daughter.
Yeah, right. But I'm not sure if he's had time to tell her yet, so don't start texting her about it.
Someone should let her know.
I don't think you're the right person.
I think this was a bad idea. She is so confused and angry. Can you talk to her?
What is this about me getting a divorce? Are you guys making this up to mess with me?
How much do you know?
I told her pretty much everything you just said.
What do you mean Anthony came into your nasty convenience store by chance? That kind of coincidence only happens in movies. I bet you hired a private detective to collect dirt on me, didn't you? That's the kind of basic thing you do.
If I could afford to hire a private detective, don't you think I would have just used the money to pay Jordan back?
This is ridiculous! You think Anthony wants a divorce? That's impossible. You just think we're unhappy because you are. If we get a divorce, what am I going to do? How will I get by?
Perhaps you should be talking about this stuff with Anthony?
Would I have to get a job? I wouldn't know where to start. I just got married after college, so I've never really had a job.
Of course you'd have to get a job.
But I can't. If this is all true and I end up divorced, you'll have to lend me some money, Jordan.
Why would I?
Because it's your wife that caused all of these problems. You should take responsibility for her actions.
Actually, we already filed for divorce. I don't think he has to take responsibility for me, if he doesn't want to.
You're getting a divorce as well?
Yeah, and since we don't have any children or property to divide, it ought to be a pretty simple thing. I think I'm going to live on my own from now on.
I can't afford to keep you and Mom as well as myself, Caroline. At least one of you is going to have to get a job.
But Michelle, you never really wanted to get a divorce, did you? I'm sure we can cancel the application if we act quickly.
I'll give you another chance if you can stop Anthony from going through with this.
You're deluded. I'm so excited to be finally getting away from you.
But what are you going to do now? You can't afford to rent an apartment on your current wages, can you? And with your work history and lack of education, it's going to be difficult for you to find a proper job. I don't think that you've thought this through.
Actually, I have Anthony to thank there too.
What do you mean?
Next month, I'm going to start working for his company.
Oh, that is crazy. How is everything suddenly going your way?
I'm going to be a full-time store manager at one of his stores. I've been working at convenience stores and supermarkets my whole life, so I might as well put some of that knowledge to good use.
So now that you no longer have any use for me, we're done. Is that it?
When I think about how you rescued me and looked after me when I was at rock bottom, I really am thankful. But since those days, you treated me so badly. I just think that there's nothing left for us to save anymore.
Well, if that's how you feel, I guess I can't stop you.
I don't want Anthony to divorce me.
I'm going to leave you guys to it. See you around. A week later, Anthony and Caroline filed for divorce. Anthony is applying for sole custody of his daughter. I don't doubt that he'll get it. He's already living with his daughter full-time, and it seems like they're really enjoying their life together. I don't think Jordan was prepared to find out how thoughtless his mom and sister are when it comes to money. Apparently, he tried to abandon them and run off by himself somewhere. But it didn't work, because he's such a mommy's boy. So he's having to make his paycheck feed all three of them at the moment. Doesn't look like either his mom or his sister are going to get a job anytime soon. He was always pretty careful with money and liked to save whatever he didn't spend. But his sister is just so wasteful and can't stop buying all these useless things. So it sounds like they're living a pretty sad existence right now. I'm sure our old place isn't even big enough for them all to have separate bedrooms. As for me, I still can't believe I'm the official manager of a Whole Foods store. I'm getting paid more, and I even find the work really satisfying. I have the motivation to get up and go to work for the first time in my life. So I guess things are finally working out for me, and it's pretty cool. I learned a lesson from my 2 failed marriages. I have terrible luck with men. So right now, I'm just going to focus on what I can do by myself and put all my energy into that. I'm ready to get started on my own life.
This is Eliza, right? I'm pretty sure this is the right phone number. I've got something urgent to speak about. Please respond as soon as you can.
Who is this? I don't recognize your phone number.
I've come to ask you, what is wrong with you? What kind of household are you running over there?
What?
Your son has my daughter pregnant.
Wait, what? Caleb? He got someone pregnant?
Yes, I am certain it is your son. I asked her directly, and she said he is the only one she slept with. This is unacceptable. She is still in middle school. She's just 14 years old.
Middle school? How did they even meet then? Caleb is in high school.
I suppose it might have been during a field trip.
How did you get my number anyway?
I asked a neighbor for it.
So we're neighbors then? Or at least you live very close by.
That's not important right now. My daughter is in hysterics right now. She says Caleb just completely abandoned her after this happened. And so I'm asking you to pay up, make amends for what you've done. I'm asking for $30,000.
$30,000?
Don't you think that's fair? My daughter is carrying a child in middle school. He's practically ruined her life.
Then can we at least meet face to face first? I would like to discuss this in person. Please, I need answers about what exactly happened.
No.
Why the heck not? Please, I'm begging you. Just let us talk about this.
I am not giving in to the demands of someone who can't even raise a child properly.
Can I speak to your daughter at least? I want to hear her side of the story. Plus, I want to know how they met.
Are you stupid or something? I already told you she's in hysterics right now. She isn't going to talk to you. She won't even leave her room right now. She's just been in there crying all day.
I never thought I'd get a grandchild this early, not gonna lie. I'm only 42, so this all happened sooner than I expected.
Are you serious? Get a grip! Can you not take this seriously? Do you not realize what happened? This is my daughter's future we're talking about. Your son ruined my daughter's life. And I demand that you make up for it and give me the money I deserve. If you don't willingly give up the 30 grand, I'll be taking this matter to court.
That surely would be a problem. I'll make sure to tell my gang, my husband about this.
Gang?
Apologies, my hand slipped and my autocorrect messed it up. Forget about it.
Is your husband involved in gang activities or something?
My husband's name is Edward.
Well, that's certainly not a name I'd think of for a gangster.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But regardless, is it really important? As long as you're not lying, I'll help you get this sorted as soon as I can.
You think I'm lying?
Of course I do. Caleb would never do something like that.
You're just a terrible mother. You have no idea what your son is doing behind your back. I've seen pictures of your son. He's quite an attractive young man.
Why, thank you.
You don't think maybe he's used to female attention and has dabbled in this sort of stuff? I'm sure my daughter's not the first.
I wonder.
I've seen him hanging out around the school entrance sometimes, too. It's like he's just waiting to pick up women.
I see.
If your husband really is part of a gang, I still won't back down. Threaten me all you want. I will call the police if I have to.
Understood, ma'am. First things first, I'm gonna sit down with the two of them and have a long talk.
Do whatever you want. I expect the money by the end of next week.
As if my mature and well-behaved son would be out there sleeping with a young girl like that. I would never believe such a silly story. My name is Eliza, and I am 42 years old. You can imagine my surprise when I got messages like that out of the blue. I can't even talk to the little girl, since she's supposedly locked inside of her room. I have no idea what I should do. I decided to have a chat with my husband, Edward. We need to discuss what to do, decide if we're paying Hannah this money she's demanding. I decided I needed more information, so I tried to initiate a conversation once more. However, I didn't expect it all to go down like this. Hello, Hannah. It's me again.
And? Are you going to give me the money?
I had a long talk with my husband. We agreed we have enough in our savings to spare for this situation.
You seriously have that much? He must really be involved in a gang then. Is it criminal activity?
If I give you the money, you must agree to forgive Caleb.
You didn't answer my question. Never mind. It's not important. I've changed my mind while you were away. I'm asking for $50,000 now.
What?
I need money for the surgery to terminate the pregnancy. So that's another $20,000 added to your bill.
Well, if that's what it takes, I guess I can manage that.
Wait, really? OMG, then. $50,000.
And what is that money for?
My daughter is depressed. He's completely broken her spirit. I need the money to get her therapy and make her all better.
All right, I understand. I will discuss it with my husband.
Nice!
Are you enjoying this? Your daughter is suffering, no? Yet you seem pretty excited.
If I get this money, then she won't suffer anymore. I can make her all better. So of course I'm excited.
All right, whatever. Anyway, where would you like to meet up? So that I can give you the money, I mean.
Huh? Oh, I don't know if that's the best idea.
If you won't meet with me, then how do you expect to get the money? I'm not doing this huge exchange online. Besides, I want to make sure for myself that your daughter is really pregnant.
Okay. If I come to meet you, you'll really give me the $50,000, right?
Yes, I will. If this is all true, it's only fair I hand over the money. And I don't know anything about you. I'm afraid you'll do something if I refuse.
All right, sounds good. I'll let you meet with me then.
How does next weekend sound?
I will message you a time and place sometime soon then.
Sounds good. I'm quite excited, to be honest. I'm curious to see what you look like, and just what kind of person you are.
Huh? Why do you care?
Oh, it's nothing. Forget about it.
Something came up and we need to speed up the process. I need to meet with you now to get the money.
Wait, seriously? I haven't even gone to the bank yet. Why do you need the money right now? Did you get her an abortion appointment so soon?
No, that's not what it is.
Well, it's not my money that I'm handing over. I really think you should discuss this with my husband since he's the one giving it. I'll create a group chat for us. Hey, this is Edward. I'm Eliza's husband. I heard you need money.
Yes, that's right.
I have plenty of money to pay the $50,000 if that's what you demand. But first, I must ask. Are you really telling the truth?
Of course I am.
I just can't believe that my son was going around and seducing girls behind our back.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I've got a daughter over here that's now suffering because of him, you know. Stop taking his side and face the truth.
Okay, so you're 100% telling the truth?
Of course I am.
I see. That's good. That's a relief.
What?
If you were lying, I'd have to deal with matters in my own way.
And what exactly do you mean by deal with?
Oh, it's not that important. I'd have to go around and try and find concrete and a mixer. It would be a huge pain, to be honest.
What? Are you threatening me right now? You're saying you're gonna bury me under concrete?
Of course not. I've heard it's popular to just drop people into the Pacific nowadays.
Oh, so now you're threatening to drown me?
Personally, my favorite method is still the pigs. Leaving someone with a horde of starving pigs is a sure way to get rid of any evidence, after all.
You really intended to feed me life to a bunch of animals?
Of course not. I'm just being cautious. I haven't threatened anything. Sounds like your imagination is getting the best of you. Besides, if you're not lying, then there's absolutely no need to worry about any of that.
Yeah.
Of course I'm not a monster. If I found out you were lying right now, I'd probably be able to forgive you. But if I handed over $50,000 and then found out, that might be a different story. I can't promise I'd be able to control my anger.
I see.
I'd definitely be careful if I were you, Hannah. My husband has gotten into more than his fair share of fights before. He's even sent a few to their graves early a few times.
You're saying he beat someone to death?
Well, he did a lot of other stuff too. But yes, that's basically what happened. That's why we're both glad you're not lying to us.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hannah, mind giving me your address?
Yeah, that's fine. I live on the same street as you. It's just down to the right, number 16.
Oh, isn't that where Rich lives?
Huh? You've been here before?
I've talked with your husband a couple of times, I believe. Although I heard you two are splitting up now, right? I heard something at least about one of you filing for divorce.
Yeah.
If there's anything you've got to say, I'd say it now. Or forever hold your peace. Edward is sort of known for finding people no matter where they run. So make sure you tell us everything, okay?
I'm sorry. It was a lie. I made it up. I'm really sorry.
Oh, is that so?
Well, my husband and I are getting a divorce, yes. Because he caught me cheating. I owe him $50,000 in alimony, so I just really needed that money.
And yet you asked for more than that. You were just being greedy, eh?
I'm just a housewife. Or was, anyway. I don't have any money to support myself now that he's leaving me. Of course I'd want the money.
What about your daughter, then?
I was lying about that, too. I'm so sorry. She's just cooped up in her room playing games.
I see.
And she's never met your son, as far as I know. Your son did nothing wrong.
Well, obviously. No offense, but I knew that from the start. It was just trying to get you to admit your lie that was the hard part. I'm glad you finally came clean.
But how did you know I was lying?
Because I don't really have a son. I have a daughter.
What?
Yeah, I was just playing along with what you said, really. But it would be biologically impossible for her to get your daughter pregnant. That's why your accusation caught me so off guard.
Is that boy I saw not yours? That pretty boy I always see walking down the street. That's not your son?
That would probably be our daughter. She doesn't dress very feminine, so who knows? Maybe you did mistake her for a pretty boy. She does a lot of sports, so she keeps her hair short to keep it out of the way.
I can't believe this. Did I really not notice?
Yeah, it's crazy. I actually told her about this and she got pretty self-conscious. She's kept herself holed up in her room as well recently now.
Wait, what is wrong with you? If you knew I was lying from the start, why didn't you say? You could have just called the police, right? Or are you just toying with me?
Yeah, we went to the police about this. When I showed them the text, they kind of brushed it off. They told us it's probably just a prank and to block you. So they didn't really do anything. So we decided to get a confession ourselves. Then we could take you to the cops afterwards.
Take me to the cops? Oh, wait, but your husband said he'd forgive me if I was honest, didn't he?
As I see it, you have two options. You can take yourself to the police, or we can deal with things in our own way.
Oh, wait, no! I understand. Don't do that. I'll turn myself in. Please forgive me.
Good to hear. We'll be coming over to your house now to escort you then. Be a good girl and come with us, yeah?
I don't feel like I have a choice.
In the end, Hannah went with us very willingly. Once we got to the police, we found out there was more than she had originally let on. In fact, she had scammed other people this way in the past. Quite a few times, actually. I guess that's why she was so confident about all of it. It wasn't her first time. It's finally the end of her little reign of terror, at least. I'm a little sad she went willingly, you know? It would have been more fun if I let you take care of things. Shh, stop saying that. You're gonna make people actually think I'm a gangster or something. Yeah, she totally bought that lie. As if my weak little husband could ever do something like that. Yeah, it's a good thing she hasn't seen me in person. To think we just have $50,000 lying around, too. I can't believe she didn't question us when we lied about having it ready. I'm kind of glad we had a daughter after all of this. Having a boy that you have to keep under surveillance with girls sounds like a hassle. At least we can trust our daughter not to do anything like that. Yeah, she seems pretty upset after being mistaken for a boy, though. She decided to grow her hair out a little bit. Yeah, isn't that going to annoy her when she's exercising? I did ask her that. She said she didn't care. Aw, poor girl. Yeah, but all we can do is encourage her to be herself. Anyway, with that, the crazy situation was finally over. Hannah ended up getting 3 years imprisonment due to the scandal. Not that she didn't deserve it. The police tracked down a few other families she had scammed in the past. She's now required to do community service and pay them back in the future. Her daughter isn't exactly very happy with her, unsurprisingly. Imagine being used as a pawn for something like this. Poor thing. She even told her mother she was glad she'd get a break while she was in prison. But things have finally calmed down now. I hope we can return to our normal life soon. Hey! You better leave my $2 million mansion right now! The house is mine. What? It's my son's property. Now that he's passed away, it's mine now. As his mother, I have the rights to it. You're no longer a part of my family. Pack up your things and leave. We're in the middle of Nate's funeral. I can't believe you're texting me about the house. How could you be so selfish? Your son passed away. Let's take a moment to say goodbye to him. Can we please talk about this later? Now is not a good time. This is inappropriate. Excuse me. How dare you call me selfish? You're the one who's filled with greed. I know you married my son just for money. You used him. You're a filthy parasite. I also know that you're planning on taking all the inheritance as your own. There's no way. I'm not letting that happen. What? No, I loved Nate. I didn't marry him for his money. What you're saying is not true at all. I'm not planning to take all of the inheritance. I haven't even thought about it yet. Let's split it equally and figure it out with the lawyers. Split it? As if you're part of the equation. I told you, you're no longer a part of this family. You're not receiving any of the inheritance. Excuse me? It's going to be all mine. How dare you bring up lawyers in this? I am his mother, so I deserve it. It's simple as that. Why can't you understand? Stop making this difficult.
This is a serious matter, Elizabeth. I can't just hand my house to you. It's my property. You rarely acted like his mother while he was alive. You never called or visited us. And now all of a sudden you're texting me? Just for money?
No. I'm the one who gave birth to him. I took care of him all these years. I deserve the money in return.
Nate was the one who took care of you. He sent you money every month because you were having trouble financially.
Oh, that was nothing. It barely met my needs. It was almost insulting how little he gave me.
What? $3,500 per month should have been enough.
You know, you might not understand because you've never had any children. But it takes money to raise children.
So you're asking for more money in return?
Exactly. I bet Nate died because of you. He was probably tired of you and rather wanted to die than be with you.
Excuse me? How rude! I can't believe you'd say something like that about your son's death.
Well, it's possible. I bet you manipulated him into all this, so you can take his money. You hear about it all the time on the TV. I wouldn't be surprised if you do the same.
First of all, I loved Nate for who he was. I knew him before all the money. Secondly, you're watching too much TV. Most of those aren't even true stories. Nate had heart issues since he was a child. You'd know that if you're really his mother.
I know he had heart issues. Who do you think I am? I'm his mother. You just took advantage of him. You only married him for his money. You knew he wouldn't live long the moment you met him. Stacy, you're a disgusting parasite. I bet Nate's crying in heaven right now.
Nate and I were happy together. He was going to become the father of our child.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, if you receive the insurance money, you tell me right away so I can take it back.
You know what, Elizabeth? Nate was right about you. You're a money-hungry person.
Excuse me? Let me tell you, honey, money is everything. Money runs the world. Children must work and earn money for their parents. I raised him all these years, so he needs to give me money in return.
Is that the reason you raised Nate? To make him into an ATM?
He's always been a smart kid, but he never showed me any gratitude. Well, I guess until now. Not only am I receiving his inheritance, the $2 million mansion is going to be mine.
Don't you miss him? Aren't you sad about him passing away?
Oh, honey, you don't think of me as a cold-hearted person, do you? Of course I'm sad about his death. He was too young. But I'm not going to lie. I'm happy about the money. Look, there's no point in focusing on the negatives. You have to think about the positives. And now I'm about to be rich. That's all that matters to me.
Oh my God. You're an awful person. Can you even call yourself a parent? How do you not grieve when your son died?
I can say whatever I want. Who are you to judge me? Anyways, as Nate's mother, I have the right to his inheritance. And I'm telling you to move out of the house as soon as the funeral is over.
My name is Stacy. I'm a 39-year-old housewife. I got married to my husband, Nate, 10 years ago. We were happily married, and after trying for several years, I got pregnant with my first child. But just 3 months after finding out that I was pregnant, my husband passed away. Nate always had heart problems since he was a child. Hospital visits weren't anything unusual, but I never thought he'd be gone forever. As I was preparing for the funeral, I received a text from my mother-in-law about the inheritance. With her selfish attitude and not showing any empathy, I couldn't help but become angry at her. We hadn't spoken to each other for years, and the first thing she asked for was the inheritance. I was in disbelief. How could someone be so selfish and heartless? My sister-in-law is just like her mother, wanting information about the inheritance. That's all she talked about during the funeral. Nate's father, on the other hand, was a wonderful person. It's unfortunate that he passed away 5 years ago. Little did I know, this was only the beginning of chaos.
Are you still staying at the mansion? When are you leaving?
You want me to leave the house too?
I'm reminding you since it seems like you haven't packed up yet. You know, I've always wanted to live in a mansion. It's been my lifelong dream. Now that Nate's gone, I finally have the opportunity. This must be a sign from God.
You're so selfish, just like your mother. There's no way I'm leaving this house. It's my property.
Didn't my mom tell you? Or do I have to explain the same thing to you again?
Neither of you will change my mind. This house is filled with many memories of the time I spent with Nate. I'm not leaving.
I don't care about you and your lame memories with my brother. The house is ours now. You better pack up your stuff and leave the house before Mom gets angry.
Seriously, when are you leaving the house? What is taking you so long? The mansion is ours now.
We've already packed our things ready to move in. We're waiting outside the entrance. Seriously, hurry up.
Wait, you guys are outside? Please tell me you're joking.
I'm serious. The moving company is with us too.
Oh my god. I can't believe you guys are literally outside the door right now. I never agreed to any of this. Oh, honey, don't act so surprised. It's not like we need your permission. The mansion is basically our property now, so we're simply waiting on you to leave. Now that Nate is gone, you're a stranger to us. You better leave before we call the cops and trespass you. Excuse me? How is that even allowed? This house is Nate's and mine. We worked hard to get our dream house. I'm not letting anybody take it away. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter what you say because we have his will. Will? His death was unexpected. There's no way he left a will. It seems like you don't know him as much as you think you do after all. Excuse me? Nate left a will. He must have known what was coming all along. What did it say? It said, I'll leave all my inheritance to my mother and sister. If I die, please kick my wife and children out of the house. Everything I own will belong to my mother and sister only. Nate said that? I don't believe it. It doesn't sound like him at all. Or you. How does it feel to be left by your husband like this? Did the will say that? Maybe you read it wrong. There's no way Nate would say such a thing.
You're so annoying. Just accept the truth already. Nate never loved you. He cherished his true family all this time. Hence why he left everything for us. If you don't believe us, I'll bring the will and show it to you. What's so funny?
I just can't believe you guys mentioned the will. You should be angry at Nate for leaving the will. If it weren't for him, you might have been able to claim some money. But I guess it's karma for using all of his money.
You're right, Mom.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea what's waiting for me. You think this is a joke, don't you? You should be scared for not only yourself, but the baby. How are you going to raise a child with no money?
Who cares about the baby? It's not our problem. At least you got to live in the mansion for a while. You should enjoy your last minutes in the house while you can.
We're taking everything Nate has left for us. Just leave already. You're done here.
Okay, fine. I'll leave. What's up with that attitude? This is a serious matter. Have you lost your mind? All right, I'm sorry. I will do as you say. I'll leave the house. Finally! You should have agreed with us from the beginning to make things easier. You're right. I won't show up in front of you guys ever again. Good. It looks like we're finally on the same page.
You better not come crying to us for money.
Hey! Why is everything gone from the house? The electronics, furniture, everything!
What did you do? You better explain yourself.
Oh, that? I donated them so I could get rid of the house.
What? What do you mean?
I'm selling the mansion.
You're what?
I knew that you two would keep bugging me if I kept the house, so I decided to sell it. Plus, I realized the house is too big for me to live in by myself.
That is not your decision to make. The mansion belongs to us.
No, it doesn't. I've told you many times now. The house is my property. What? Wait. Are you saying that the house property is under your name? Exactly. That's what I've been trying to tell you. By the way, it's not just the house, but the land as well. What? How's that even possible? How can someone like you afford such a big house? You're just a housewife. Well, actually, I started my business 7 years ago. I'm the CEO of Stacy Cosmetics. Fortunately, my business has been successful, and I was able to buy my dream house 3 years ago.
Stacy Cosmetics? I love their makeup. No way! You're lying. You're just pretending to be the CEO because you have the same name.
I'm not that immature to lie about this. I can show you my business card if you'd like.
Fine, whatever. I thought you relied on Nate's money the entire time.
I was making more money than Nate was. In fact, Nate was my employee. But since he had health issues, I wanted him to take his time to recover instead of working. I didn't know that. Why didn't you guys tell me? I can't believe Nate would hide something like that from us. When he talked about you two, he called you guys money hungry. If he had told you about my business, you guys would have asked for money. How dare he say such a thing behind our backs?
We're his family. He's supposed to be on our side. I can't believe any of this.
Family? You guys barely showed any respect at Nate's funeral. All you guys talked about was his inheritance. Nate was right. You guys only care about money. The way you guys treat your family is unbelievable to me. Oh, be quiet. You guys were being dishonest with us. We didn't do anything wrong here. It's not like we were close to begin with. You guys rarely came to visit or give us a call.
Whatever. Just don't sell the house.
It's too late. I've already signed the paperwork with my realtor. How dare you! If you want the house so much, would you like to buy it? I could give you a family discount. As if you could afford it.
Don't you mock us. You know we can't afford that.
Just give us the house for free. You know we're having a hard time losing a family member. Hard time? Oh, so now you're finally grieving. Even if I were to give it to you, you know there are donation taxes, which you probably can't afford.
Just give us back our home.
Sam, it was never yours to begin with. I bought it with my own money. You're the one who tried to take away my home in the first place. You guys better leave my property before you guys get arrested for trespassing.
What? I don't want that.
We've already sold our house since we were planning to move into the mansion. We have nowhere to go. Just rent an apartment or something. Or stay in a hotel until you find a new home. We don't have any money to do that. What about Nate's inheritance? You took his credit card too, didn't you? We used them. What? You used up all the money you inherited? I bought all these designer bags and clothes that I've always wanted. I wanted to treat myself and went shopping. You can't just spend all your money at once. You should have put it in your savings. I know, I made a big mistake. Please help us. Absolutely not. Maybe I should call the police to come and arrest you?
No, please don't.
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter if you leave or not because you'll be arrested either way.
What?
I'm pressing charges against you guys for document forgery.
What's that?
I know you forged Nate's will. Forging legal documents is a crime.
What?
The one you showed me the other day was fake, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. Stop making up stories that will benefit you. Why would Nate leave a will to inherit the house to you guys when it's not even his property? Well, that's because you're the one making up excuses. Whatever you say wouldn't matter because I have proof that you forged the will. The handwriting on the document was completely different from Nate's. It was obvious. I had them tested out at the police department just in case, and they told me the handwriting didn't match. Ugh, Samantha! Did you put any effort? I should have hired someone else to do the job.
Mom, don't blame this on me. You told me to do it.
Can you guys fight somewhere else? I've told the police about what you two have done already. It's too late. No! That can't happen! I don't want to get arrested.
We just wanted to live in a big house and brag about it to everyone. Please don't let this happen.
It doesn't matter why you did it. You've committed a crime and there's no turning back. This is all a result of your greed for money and not listening to me.
I'm still young and I have a boyfriend. I can't let this ruin my life. Please spare me.
Samantha! You're not going to get out of this without me. I can't believe you try to leave me alone.
You're the one who said we get a huge inheritance from Nate. You brought this on me. This is all your fault, Mom.
It was your idea to write the will. Samantha should be arrested, not me. I can't listen to this. I told you already that if you're going to fight, do it somewhere else. Spend some time in prison, reflect on your behavior, and don't ever come near to me and my family. I don't want to get arrested. How old do you think I am? It's not like I have many years to live.
And I have a future that I don't want to lose. Look, I'm sorry. I'll do anything. Just spare us. Please.
Elizabeth and Samantha ended up getting arrested by the police. They were found guilty of their crimes and were put into prison. After 5 years, they were released from prison and now they are living in an old, small apartment. Since Elizabeth is already 70 years old, Samantha is the one working and taking care of all the finances. Samantha is working minimum wage, and I heard that they fight almost every day about money. Elizabeth once told me that money was everything. With all that they're dealing with, I wonder if she's changed her mind. On the other hand, I have inherited Nate's money. My mansion was sold to a nice couple, and I bought myself a new place in the city. My baby was born healthy, and I am living happily every day. I hope to become the best parent my child could ever have.